What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I forgot where my camera was. It's been a while. It's been a long old time. 0 people watching, so I'm talking to no one except for regurgitating this to Andy. Sorry, Andy. No one's watching. 0 people here. We are an echo chamber right now, and fun times, huh? Fun times indeed.
Yeah, fun times.
There's no one here. Train wreck in the toilet, random late night stream, no one turns up. I mean, it could be worse.
I've got no notification.
But we are live. Wait. Yeah, but it says we're live.
What even sound on YouTube that you're live?
You are live. View on YouTube. 1 second.
Unless it's just my phone thing.
Continue. But yeah, we are live on here.
Okay.
But no one's got any thing. This is fucking weird. But has nobody seen this? Let me go back to this. Edit. This is fucking weird.
On my YouTube needs updating.
I'm an idiot. For some reason, StreamYard set this to private and not public.
So,
What a cunt. What an absolute fucking dickhead.
Live takes over, let's chat film.
Oh my god, what a dickhead.
Now you're live.
Absolute dickheads.
I bet you're glad I said, because you'll be chatting away.
It's so annoying. Like, why would StreamYard do that? Oh, what a colossal dickhead. People need to know that we're live. Oh god.
I've just had the notification.
Shut up, me! Shut up! Phone. No one's here. Oh, this is a fucking train wreck. Oh my god. Absolute train wreck. Okay, 3 people are here. 3 people. Oh, it's probably me, Andy, and so. That's who it is. Oh god. I need to drop like a.
That was probably 3 people watching. It was us 3.
I need to put in the community tab live now or something. I need to start using my community tab anyway. This is brilliant. What way to come back to YouTube and just like one person watching? It's probably me watching myself. All right, where's our okay, I want to copy share the link. You cunt. Thank you very much. You slag. Not safe for children. Not at all. Channel. Anyone? Oh, we have comments. Very good. I'm just going to quickly put in a community post. I'm going to call everyone a slag because that's who I am right now. I'm live right now. You slag. You slags. You slags. Let's talk films and stuff. Link. You slag. I actually generally can't believe StreamYard fucking made it private. So literally no one would have seen it.
Yeah.
Would have been live, but we would have been the only live stream that no one could see.
Yeah.
But we were technically live on the internet. What an absolute bellend am I. Let's put a community post. We are. I'm live right now, you slags. Let's talk films and stuff. Right. People are coming in finally. Yeah. So apparently, StreamYard made our stream private, so we were alive, but we were not at the same time. It's very weird. Very weird grey area of are we alive or are we really dead? And this is our fucking purgatory. Is Earth's life. Anyway, YouTube is weird. StreamYard is weird. Welcome to the stream, everybody. I'm with Andy as always because we have great conversations on here and such. So, Andy, I'm going to kick this off. What have you been watching recently?
Yeah, the last film I watched in full was TerraVision, and I had a lot of fun with it. Yeah, really cool movie from the 80s. Awesome practical effects. Just right up my street. Really enjoyed it.
See, it's definitely a film that should be up my street because it's creature feature. But I've had it on my shelf, or should I say, hidden in a slip box for another movie for like a year.
Yeah.
And I think I was just going through my stuff the other day, and I found it in like. So I got the premium collection. I got The Shining, but I let my friend The Shining. But to keep the slip box kind of in condition, keeping it solid.
Yeah.
I put the TerraVision Blu-ray in there. Forgot I had it, and I just found it. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot I bought that. It's like a year ago. So that could be a film for tonight, maybe TerraVision.
Yeah, I had fun with it. Yeah.
Just to shield Soph's eyes. Is it flashy in any way?
There's maybe one or two scenes of a television with static on it.
Okay. Is that right? Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, I think other than that, you should be okay. Yeah.
See, I've been trying to make sure Soph doesn't be sick because we watched John Wick the other day because I wanted to see the fourth one, and it didn't go down well for her. She was ill for like 2 days. I still need to see John Wick 4, but I don't know when I'm going to find time to actually go and see it in theaters. But I might just wait until it comes on streaming or something. Really, or would you say it's a film to see in cinemas?
Personally, yes, but yeah, it is quite flashy. But for me, it was just that experience of it.
I don't think Sophie's going to watch any of the sequels, so I'll be going on my own. So the flashiness doesn't really bother me that much. It's just that finding the time to go is the issue. And also, I really regret not going to see Top Gun Maverick in the theatre. So whenever a cinema near me, like BFI or somewhere, shows it on the big screen, I might have to go and see it on the big screen to get that experience. Because, like, it's in the conversation for one of the best sequels ever, in my opinion.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
I think this film has been talked to nausea at this point by how many people love it. Like, I just thought I was surprised how much I loved it. I thought it was just so good. Like, Tom Cruise is charismatic. I found him quite great in the original. That's probably why I don't like the original that much. I found him a bit annoying, and they really ham-fisted the romance side of things in there, and it was a bit cringe. This one, it was just a straight up kind of like passing the torch down to the younger kids, and it was just like, this is going to be a full throttle fucking action fighter jet movie where you like every character. But yeah, I regretted not seeing that in cinemas, so that's why should I just say fuck it to one evening and just go and see John Wick 4?
Yeah. Definitely, I'd recommend seeing it in the pictures.
Yeah. I was really surprised they announced 4, to be honest. I did kind of think to myself, there's got to be a fourth one because the way 3 ended. But I generally thought it was just going to be like, that's the end.
Yeah.
Without spoilers, does this set up a second trilogy, or is it pretty much the end to the story? Or is that spoilers just asking that question?
all I'll say is I'm happy the way it ended.
Okay.
Yeah, that's I found it very satisfying. Yeah, that's all I'll say on it without going into too much detail.
I've heard a lot of people say that it's the best in the franchise, in the series.
Yeah.
See, that's going to be a hard pill for me to swallow because Chapter 2 is up there with Die Hard for me. John Wick Chapter 2 is just like one of the best action films ever. So I'm looking forward to it. But I'm trying to take that notion out of my brain because it will smear my judgment and in my opinion. It's the same thing with other, we've had this conversation numerous times before, where like films that are critically acclaimed and universally loved, but you're late to the game and you see it very later than most people. The majority's opinion can kind of cloud your opinion, and I find films like, what was I going to say, like The Exorcist, people saying it's the scariest film of all time. I don't think that's true at all. I don't think it's scary. Maybe at the time it was, but I saw that film in 2017. I didn't think it was scary at all. I thought it was fantastic, one of the best horrors ever made, if not the best horror ever made. But when there's this grand critical acclaim, just general consensus, I try to kind of push that aside and make my own judgment on things.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Fine. Yeah, which is fine. What have I tell you a film I watched recently? Me and Soph watched. Really had fun with it. It's an 80s werewolf movie called Silver Bullet.
Yeah, I have seen that a long time ago. It's the one with Gary Busey.
Yeah, Gary Busey and Corey Haim.
Corey
Haim, yeah.
Not Ham.
Corey Haim. Oh God, Corey Haim. I'm going to call him that from now on. Now you know that, right? I'm just going to say Corey Haim. I'm sorry, guys. That's what I'm going to say, guys and girls, whoever's in the chat. Right, I'm going to listen to some chat people because the chats are coming in. We have the good old bald twat from Bournemouth. We have Jamie Powell. Hello, Jamie. Welcome to the stream.
Hey, Jamie.
Hope you're doing well. We have Lou in the chat. Now, I want to say Lou is always supporting my videos, always dropping me a like, always commenting on my videos. So I do appreciate everything you do, Lou, to support my channel. So thanks very much. Welcome to the stream anyway. Yoho Capitan. I don't think I'm a captain. I disagree. We have Sophie in the chat. Well, she's right next to me, but she's calling us, you divvy slags, because the whole StreamYard put our stream on private. I don't know how that even works. How can we be like, you are live, but you're not? Sorry, I'm never going to live that down now. It's going to be so hilarious. We have Pete from Playtendo Guy. Welcome to the stream.
Hey, Pete.
Everyone talking to each other. We have DVD and Film Bloke. He says, first time attending one of these streams. Well, welcome to the stream, sir. I hope you enjoy and come to other streams that I do. Check out my content on the channel if you have not before. I really do appreciate it. What am I doing? Okay, Pete says, just finished watching Heat on 4K, a decent upgrade, but I can't imagine it'll look. I can imagine it'll really look amazing on an OLED. Wouldn't anything look good on OLED, from what I can tell? Yeah. Losing my voice already. We've only been live for 10 minutes.
I know. I feel mine going as well.
Fucking heck. We have Angel of Darkness in the chat. Welcome to the stream. Yeah. DVD and Film Boat says, I don't think I've ever seen a flashy film in the cinema. Well, that's I don't know if it's a good thing, because it all depends how you are with flashy sequences. We have the Magpie of the movies. Magpie Movies, welcome to the stream, Paul. I hope you're doing well. He says, evening fucker, laugh out loud. Congrats again on 1,000, my friend. Well, I really do appreciate it. It's quite insane considering I haven't uploaded for yesterday's upload was the first upload in 4 or 5 weeks. But life takes over, as this stream is called. Life takes over, because that's what I haven't been able to fucking bloody fucking upload nothing or do anything, mate. Playtender Guy says, watched Children of Men last night. Superb film, but incredibly bleak. I put Peter Rabbit on after to cheer up the mood. Children of Men is such a good film that not many people talk about, in my opinion.
Yeah,
it's
agreed.
So good.
Yeah, it's one of those movies with very few flaws. I love everything about that film.
Things like I totally get what Pete says, because you feel like utter shit by the end of that film.
Oh yeah.
You feel just fucking just gross and just why should I carry on? Just even the opening bit where the whole fucking train station explodes. It's fucking world fucking messed up. What am I doing? Where are we? I've lost where I am. People talking to each other. Magpie says, hope we're all good this evening. Just back from playing footy. I'm knackered. Well, rest up, my friend. DVD and Film Plate says, I've yet to see any of the John Wick films. For some reason, the Blu-ray is the theatrical cut, which is a 15, and the 4K is an extended version, which is an 18. Yeah, I've only ever seen the film on Blu-ray, so I've probably only seen the theatrical cut. Have you seen the extended cut, Andy?
No, I've only the theatrical. Yeah.
Only theatrical. So I'm just messing around with the layout. I'm moving you up. Because every time I bring up someone's message, you're getting like buried.
Covered. Yeah.
Yeah. I've just moved you up. So it doesn't look as dynamic, but it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, so sorry. I don't think I catched your answer. Have you seen the extended cut?
No, just the theatrical on the Blu-ray. Yeah.
I wouldn't know what they would add to it, because I feel like the theatrical cut is actually a pretty well-paced film.
Yeah.
And I think it's cut together quite well. Oh, cunt. What happened?
I think you disappeared, and then I was on for a bit, and then I disappeared.
Motherfuckers. Nothing not outside tonight. Just choose not outside.
No.
All right, where were we? So yeah, it's this new mouse. I think I got a new mouse, and I keep accidentally pressing the right button because it's smaller than my older mouse. Anyway, So the age rating's gone up on the extended edition of John Wick, the first film, because that just tells me there must be a little bit more gore or violence in it.
Yeah, has to be. Yeah.
All that extra fuck in there, because apparently the BBC has like a limit on how many fucks you can use before it goes up an age rating.
Yeah.
Shit. God. Jason, what is everything going wrong? I haven't fact up everyone still can hear me, yeah?
Yeah.
Fuck, I just knocked my mic. Right, where was I? You can tell I haven't done this in a while, can't you? Fucking hell. That's what she said. Anyway. What am I talking? I've completely just like lost my train of thought. You can't even talk now. Use the force, Luke. Anyway. Stop pressing the right button, Jason, you twat. Sorry. DVD film boat says, so that is a massive FU for those who don't upgrade to 4K. I don't really feel it's a FU because in a way, just because it's extended doesn't mean it's going to be better.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Because, like, I know, for example, Evil Dead 2013, there's an extended cut of that. And I wanted to get the extended cut Blu-ray. I don't know if it's on. It might actually be on the 4K that I've got. I don't even know. But from what I've heard about what is added into that edition, it doesn't seem worthwhile or better, or I don't know what it would be, better wise.
Yeah.
I keep pressing the fucking bloody right button. DVD and Film Bloke says, to be fair, Jason, very few horror films are that scary. The Exorcist cut a bit under my skin on a rewatch. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I can imagine in the time, like in 1973 when it came out, it was just like the most terrifying thing ever. but I've never felt fear or kind of fright from it. Just appreciate everything it does in terms of its story and filmmaking. It's just unbelievable. That extended edition. See, that's another thing. The extended cut of Exorcist is probably a superior cut because that spider walk down the stairs is fucking.
Yeah, it's
gross.
It's eerie.
It's
yeah,
proper gross. President Guy says, any Arrow recommendations as the sale is in full swing? I'm hearing this Two Witches is quite a good one. Yeah, I'm probably going to grab that before the sale goes off. Because I know Rock God 2004 Nige, I know he loves that film.
Yeah, I did pick it up today. So I'm going to hopefully try and give it a watch.
Slip or no slip?
It did come with a slip, yeah. But I don't display my arrows with slips.
But you keep the slips though, right?
I keep the slips, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I keep them, but I don't display them with slips. Yeah.
I can see what you mean because I've got like one shelf of mine is like half slip covers, half not of my Arrow collection. Yeah. Arrow recommendations. The first one that will pop into mind would be Brain Damage, if you still can get it. That is, I think it is still widely available, just a standard version. I've got the slip cover two disc version. Brain Damage is one of the greatest 80s creature feature movies ever. It's up there with Gremlins. It's up there with Critters. It's up there with Alligator. It's fucking awesome. I really recommend it.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, Brain Damage.
It's so good. I adore that film. I need to put it on so Soph can watch it. But I feel like some of the hallucination scenes are might be a bit much for Soph in terms of her photosensitivity. But I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, Brain Damage is definitely a definite recommendation from me. A film I saw last year for the first time, I See You, is a really interesting kind of like, it's a home invasion, but it's a film with two halves. Like one half is a home invasion, the other half of the movie is about this child abduction story. They clash, and it is so good how they bring the two stories together.
Yeah,
so good. I loved it. Have you seen that, Andy?
I've seen it, yeah, but I wasn't a big fan of the movie, if I'm honest.
Fair.
Maybe I just wasn't in the right frame of mind watching it. It's one I'm gonna have to give a rewatch, but I really did like the concept.
Yeah. I can say I haven't been what they call frogging at all before.
Yeah.
It's the first time I heard the phrase is in that movie as well. It's quite terrifying as well, the idea. So if for people that don't know, frogging is a term that it's an activity people do. They basically find a way into somebody's house and live in somebody's house without them knowing. It's a terrifying idea, to be honest. Yeah. There's a similar film that I watched a little while ago that has similar themes to that. It's actually a really decent movie. I think it was called something like, I think the original title for it was called Two Pigeons, but then it was renamed to something. I fucking forget what it's called. Oh man, it's a name, but it's to do with like estate agents and that. It's got a name, but I've forgotten what it's called.
Yeah, I can't pin it either.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Not off the top of my head, no.
But it's a British film. It's about this guy. He's like a well-respected, he's made it really successful in real estate. He's become quite successful. He's rich. He's got goes out in suits. He's able to like black his way to get really good deals on house closures and that with people. But the basic premise is he screwed over a family that were having a baby and then made them, evicted them from their home when they were due a child, and the stress of it made the mother lose their child, like have a miscarriage, and the marriage broke apart.
Wow.
And the man that was in his marriage blames the estate agent for just destroying his life. Yeah. So what he does, the basic premise is he's basically been living in this estate agent's like flat secretly for like months, and using his toothbrush and using it's
Oh.
really good. It's a really good movie. Recommend that one. Can't remember what it's called, but I know it used to be called on the indie circuit Two Pigeons. But when it came to mainstream release, they changed the name. So
Right, okay.
if you look up Two Pigeons, you might find the actual movie, but I've forgotten what it's called. I think
Okay.
Sophie's looking it up for me now. So that's good. Any recommendations for Arrow from you, Andy?
If it's still on, maybe Psycho 2.
Oh, I only saw that last year, very towards the
Yeah.
tail end of last year, and it is one of the greatest sequels of all time. I'm just going to put it out there. It's one of the greatest sequels of all time. It's one of my favorite 80s movies of all time.
Yeah, it has no right to be as good as it is.
That's it. All right, so Sophie's found the name of that film.
Yep.
So on the indie circuit, when it was at film festivals and stuff, it was called Two Pigeons. But when it came out to mainstream release on Netflix, they changed it to Freehold.
It's free on Amazon Prime. It's free to watch on Amazon Prime.
Oh, it's on Amazon Prime right now. You can watch it for free. Free with adverts. Because they have a free service with adverts now, don't they? Amazon Prime.
I'm not sure.
Anyway, Freehold is the word of that film. It's actually really,
Freehold,
I really
okay.
recommend it for like a really weird kind of revenge home invasion movie that is just kind of like crazy. Yeah, Psycho 2, one of my favorite 80s movies of all time. It's strange how you go from the first Psycho, people go a little crazy. What's the fucking line?
We all go a little mad.
Yeah, Sophie knows because it's her favorite horror film. we all go a little mad sometimes. The fact that you're rooting for him in the sequel, and he's the best part of the film. It's just so good, and the mystery is really, really good. And I liked how is she like the sister of the one that was killed, and she's still trying to say, oh, he shouldn't be released, and
she's Marion's sister.
Yeah. Marion's sister's like, he shouldn't be released. He killed my sister, and she's trying to almost frame him for things. I thought it was really, really good. Yeah. I loved it. I love that film. Anything else?
Not off the top of my head. Maybe Heathers, if that's still on. Fish Called Wanda, maybe.
Heathers is good. I can't see. I ain't got my glasses on to see my fucking shelf. What do we have here? See, I'm not sure what you can get readily available anymore on Arrow.
Oh, I think Girls' Night Out is on the sale as well.
Yeah, I've picked that up. I've not watched that yet though.
Yeah.
My brain's gone dead. Brain, do something. I really recommend Matinee if you haven't seen that one on the Arrow sale. That's great, that movie. The Burbs. Everyone needs to see The Burbs.
Yep.
The Burbs to me is the perfect 80s weekend movie. Because it just makes me think of the weekend. It just makes me want to be, in a weekend, wants me to be in an American suburb in the weekend and be a nosy neighbor. That's what that fucking movie makes me want to do. I love that. Me and Sophie always talk about it. I think we talk about it with Keith from Euphoria Pictures. The sardine sequence is one of the greatest comedic moments in all of movies for me. It's the sound design. It's Tom Hanks's reaction to it. It's like he can't say no. He's got to eat the sardine. It's so good. Everyone needs to see The Burbs. It's amazing. And there's also Joe Dante, so it gives it 10 points automatically.
Yeah. And Matinee as well was Joe Dante as well.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Holy shit. Joe Dante's just made bangers after
incredible.
Bangers, really.
Yeah.
So good. DVD and Film Blake says, I usually bring up 2 drinks if I'm host of a stream. Maybe I should have done that. My bad. He also says, I had 90 quid, and instead of using it to buy a UHD player, I got a new-ish VCR, a Panasonic combo unit for doing transfers. Interesting. When you say doing transfers, I'm guessing copy from one tape to another, to another, to another. I'm assuming. Yeah. If it's a unit, I'm guessing it's like a combo unit. So yeah, I guess you can just copy tapes. Plus, he says, plus it seems to handle warm tapes a little better than my previous one. Plus, I can turn the OSD off, so when the hi-fi flutters, it doesn't have any annoying graphic. What am I doing? Oh yeah, Pete says, quite baffling that Hollywood was uninterested in John Wick, and it was going to be straight to DVD. Strange to think of that now.
Yeah.
You can say that. It's there's so many like in hindsight, just decisions that companies have made that are just like, you're an idiot. Like Blockbuster had the chance to buy Netflix and they didn't. And
Yeah,
who's the dead company? I mean,
Yeah.
Netflix is slowly dying because not many people like Netflix as much as they used to. Like, I think Netflix was at its peak in like 2012, 2013.
Yeah.
Nowadays, you can see people dropping off because they're just not making. I don't think they're making particularly good content. Because once all these companies have splintered the entertainment industry into multiple, about fucking up 10 different streaming services. Because what I liked about Netflix back in the day is that it was one of the only ones in terms of the streaming platform. So it had everything you could think of on there. But since everyone like Warner Brothers, Disney, Amazon, they've all splintered out, all of that content has been taken away. So Netflix has only got literally their own content, and I don't think their content is strong enough to prop them up anymore, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think for every one great show Netflix does, they make about 19 bad ones.
And they seem to cancel the good ones as well after like one season.
Yeah.
From what I've seen. I don't really watch much in terms of Netflix shows.
No, I don't. I don't watch. I hardly watch any of it. The only thing I really watch is Stranger Things. I'm just waiting for that to come back.
Fucking 5, man. Oh, it's gonna be bittersweet, isn't it? It's gonna be sad when that ends.
It will.
Like, it's so weird how I'm gonna take my glasses off because of the glare. But it's so weird how I kind of fell into it because I just didn't care for fucking years, clearly. And then season 4 is around the corner, and Sofa's just like, it's literally everything you love in movies and stuff. It's 80s, it's monster movie, it's sci-fi, it's horror, it's everything. And I'm like, you know what? It's coming around the corner. I just binged the first 3 seasons and really had a great time. And then season 4 is probably one of the, I don't know, I think it might be the best season, but I still think season 1 is just the great thing about season 1 is that you can watch season 1 and you don't have to watch anymore because it kind of almost like caps it off to the point where it could just, you could make up your own canon. You don't have to watch more. I think season 1 kind of works like that. Season 2, I felt, is probably the weakest season for me. Mostly because I just don't care about Will. I don't care about him at all. So it's just like, it was mostly about him and the Mind Flayer. Didn't really care too much. Season 3 was really good. I thought it was probably the funniest of the seasons. It made me laugh the most. Like, it's all about Steve. It's all about Steve in that season.
Oh yeah.
He's so funny. Season 4 is just, they really brought the horror in season 4, which I appreciated.
Eddie.
And the heavy metal with Eddie.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think there's anything on Netflix. I think the last true thing, if you're not including Stranger Things, the last proper thing I sat and binge watched on Netflix as it was coming out would have been the last season of Breaking Bad. I remember that's probably about 10 years old now, the last season of that. Fuck.
It's frightening how old that is now.
Fuck, man. Yeah. What a fucking show, though.
Yeah.
2013, 2014, something like that. But I remember Netflix announced like exclusive streaming rights. I'm just like, I need to just subscribe to Netflix just for Breaking Bad. Literally just for 8 episodes of Breaking Bad. Because, man, that show. Like, I found it a bit difficult to watch on a rewatch. Like, season 1 and 2 are a bit slow.
Okay.
And it obviously kicks into gear proper with season 3, in my opinion. But when you're watching it fresh from 1 to 5 or 6, whatever it is, it's just so compelling. But yeah, there's not much I watch on Netflix now. DVD and Film Book says, Also, it was my mistake. It was John Wick 2 that was cut on Blu-ray. I believe the BBFC made the cuts, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, okay. I wonder what that is. I'll have to look into that. See about that. See if what they took away, because it might be just extended scenes of violence, because the
Possibly.
BBFC likes that. The thing, I'm going to go on a fucking tangent now, Andy. But I get annoyed when they plan to cut a film. If the BBFC say no, they send it back and go, "You got to cut this, this, and this." But if it's already going to be rated 18 anyway, why you got to cut shit? It's for adults anyway. Let us decide what we consume in an entertainment perspective. It's like things get banned all over the place in Europe and that, in Australia, and I'm just like, it's for adults. Let adults choose what they watch, for fuck's sake. That annoys me. It really does annoy me. It's like there's a film I really want to see called The Devils. I think it's one of Mark Commode's favorite movies, but the complete uncut version is just impossible to find, or it hasn't been released. Like, it's literally like Warner Brothers refused to release it uncut because apparently there's like a assault scene, but it's in the name of Jesus, so it's a bit weird. Apparently that's why it was banned. I think it was like I forget what they called the scene. I forget it. But anyway, there's meant to be like this rape scene that's like pretty hardcore and that, and they refuse to.
Yeah.
Release
they've only released a DVD of it, and I think that's massively cut, because when I watched it, there was no scene.
I think it's called. I think it's referred to the rape of Christ. I think it's referred to the scene. But yeah, I want to see it. I know there's a BFI Blu-ray of it or DVD. I forget which one. But yeah, these films that get unnecessarily cut because of group pressure. Like, obviously that film obviously it came out in the 70s. Was it 70s or 60s? 70s.
71, I think.
It predates The Exorcist. Because you know for a fact that religious groups got that to be cut or got that torn to pieces.
Oh yeah.
By the censors and that. I just think it's silly. If it's going to be rated for adults, why are you cutting shit out? It just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, 100%.
It's like, don't tell me what I can watch. Like, I'm old enough to watch anything. Let me watch anything. Within reason. Real animal death for one, real human death.
Yeah, I'm not.
It's another thing. Yeah, I'm intrigued by like Mondo films, but I don't think I could sit and watch one. Like Faces of Death and stuff like that.
Yeah, I've watched Faces of Death, and it's not nice. It's not a nice film to sit through. Yeah,
I've watched messed up shit that you watch it because it's on the internet. You watch it, your brain can't comprehend it being real.
Yeah, because there's been clips me and you have watched, and we've gone, wow,
Yeah. There's this clip of this guy, and he's on a crane. I think he's like trying to climb it or free roam it, and you see him. I don't know who's filming it. Someone in the flat is filming it, and you see him go to grab another pole, and he slips. He falls all the way down by this train station. You hear him go, "Ah!" You hear his skull just hit the floor. It's savage.
Yeah.
But your brain, because you're watching it on a screen, your brain can't comprehend it's real.
No.
That's the scary part about things like that.
Yeah, I think it's because it's footage.
Yeah.
It's not real. You're watching it through a camera lens.
If it was in front of me, it'd probably traumatize me for the rest of my life.
Yeah,
it probably,
absolutely.
You know what I mean? It's like the old Bud Dwyer thing. I remember at one point I was transfixed on that whole saga. I watched documentaries. I read about all of it. I watched the footage so many times because I'm just like, this can't be fucking real. Like, they're zooming into his bloody face and everything. It's fucked.
Yeah.
That footage
is
fucked.
Yeah, it's horrific.
Anyway, that's not a film or a movie. Why are we talking about this shit?
Well, that's a prime example of, something real that's horrific. It's one of those, like the South African race car footage we watched.
Oh fuck me! Oh yeah, from like
yeah,
I forget what it
that's
was like.
yeah,
But the thing is, with that footage though, obviously it did happen. You can't really see what's happening because
yeah,
it's like, bah! It's just so quick, and his body just flies everywhere.
yeah.
It's mental. That kid was like 18. Like it's horrible.
Yeah, it's
Anyway,
yeah,
I know why we're talking about this. 'Cause I'm talking about things being cut out of movies.
yeah.
If it's all kind of within the production of the film, why are you cutting it if it's made for adults? Obviously, if it's real shit like snuff movies or animal cruelty, yeah, I'd rather not see that. But that's my choice to have.
Same.
Like,
Yeah.
I chose to watch the animal cruelty free version of Cannibal Holocaust because that's my choice to do.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
But those scenes are still in the movie. Like, you can watch that movie freely uncut, which is crazy to me that it came out in 4K uncut. That's mental to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
But see, that's the difference. Like, the BBFC in that regard are going, we're going to let the people decide what they want to watch. But yeah, I find it crazy when stuff like that gets cut. It's just, I'm like, let people decide. If you're going to make it 18 anyway, just let it be uncut.
Yeah.
I've just got to this comment. It's way old now, but it's Lou said, "What happened? You both vanished. We are spirits of the deep. We disappear and reappear as we please." DVM Film Bloke says, I'm just going to call him Film Bloke from now on because I'm getting so tired saying this whole night. Oh, hi, James. The BBFC doesn't have a fuck limit, at least not these days. It's all based on context. The MPAA does. Okay, my mistake. Thanks for clarifying that. Good to know. Pete says, also the uncut version of John Wick 2 is literally a second of footage. The extra footage just shows in full a grisly end to a character. But literally 1 second of footage. Okay. And then advertising it is like, uncut, extended edition. That's kind
Yeah,
of
I hate it when films do that. Yeah.
James says, I've seen the theatrical cut of The Exorcist. I've seen the director's cut twice. I've never seen the theatrical cut. Okay.
Yeah.
I forget what's actually been taken out. I know the Spider Walk's not in the theatrical cut. Anything else I should know? I've forgotten.
I don't know if there's a few flashes of the demon's face taken out. Maybe, I'm not sure.
I think the crucifix scene is longer. I think.
Oh, okay.
It might be.
Yeah.
And it's a bit more graphic, maybe. I can't remember. James says, I still need to watch the films of Frank Henenlotter. He did Brain Damage as well as Basket Case, Frankenhooker and Bad Biology. Basket Case is a lot of fun. It's like it's the I want to say it's the epitome of low budget filmmaking. I love it.
Yeah. Basket Case is great. The stop motion in that is a lot of fun as well.
The sequels are insane.
I've only ever seen the first one, but I need to check out 2 and 3.
I can't imagine Frank Henenlotter making those sequels without doing a lot of acid. Like, seriously, they're mental. Funny enough, I just bought Frankenhooker recently. I've not seen it yet. Bad Biology. I might have to look out for Bad Biology because I've not seen that. But yeah, I do want to check out his other movies because the Basket Case trilogy is a lot of fun. Brain Damage is, like I said, one of the best creature feature movies ever, especially from the 80s. It's one of the best. He has a distinct style as well that I'm hoping will translate over into Frankenhooker and Bad Biology as well. There's a great cameo in Brain Damage. I'm not going to say what it is, but it's amazing. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, it's incredibly smart, that cameo.
Yeah.
Very smart, yeah.
There's no dialogue. It's just a really cool cameo. Yeah. And where would you place it? Without saying what it is it before said thing happens or after said thing happens? Referring to the cameo character, not not Elmer. Do you think he's on the train to where he's going to begin where he's from, or do you think it's after the events of?
Yeah,
I think it's before. I think it's before the events.
okay.
I'm not saying no. Anyway, people have probably figured. This is why I am called an absolute slag. Is because I keep pressing buttons that I shouldn't be pressing on my mouse. What was I saying?
Something about basket case or brain damage.
Brain damage, yeah. Brain damage and basket case. Yeah, anyway. We won't go. People have probably figured it out now because we're twats and I've probably like ruined the cameo. I need a drink. Where were we? I can't see where we are. Awesome. We've got an awesome friend of ours that have in the chat. Leon, welcome to the stream, Leon.
Hey, Leon. Hope you're doing well.
Yeah, I hope you're doing well, man. We haven't seen videos from you in a while, so we miss you, buddy. You should come back. Pete says, did you pick up Second Sight's Texas Chainsaw Massacre release? Saw it in HMV yesterday. Very impressive set. I'm going to be brutal. People are going to lynch me for this. But just based on pictures and unboxings, I think it's probably the most boring set they've put out to date.
Well, this one.
Yeah, I don't like it at all.
Mine did arrive slightly damaged.
That sucks.
Yeah, it has like a slash on the bottom corner. I don't know how well that's going to come across. Not very well, but yeah, it's. I do like the look of the set. I've not seen what the 4K transfer looks like yet, but I'm really getting into a kick on the Second Sight releases at the minute.
I've been slowly getting the single Second Sight releases.
Yeah.
But I didn't buy that Texas Chainsaw Massacre 4K because I just didn't think it looked very. I like red and black, but it's just all of it just looks the same to me on unboxings and that, and it just didn't really appeal. It's probably loaded with a bunch of shit on there, which is cool. But I've got this version of the 4K.
Yeah, that's a nice one. Yeah,
it's the Midnight Factory Italian release of the 4K. I'm assuming they're probably going to be the same transfers.
Possibly.
I'm assuming. I don't know. Yeah, that's the one I've got. I really like this version. It's quite nice.
You got the second one as well, like that, didn't you?
Yeah, I got number 2 as well. Yeah. But yeah, people are probably gonna be annoyed that I just found the Second Sight one design-wise just a bit boring.
Yeah,
because it's that red and black kind of motif through the whole set, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much. So
with all the imagery they could have used, they could have made that look amazing. And I just felt like they went a bit boring with the silhouette stuff and black and red. Yeah, not a fan. I'm sorry, guys. Not a fan.
No, that's absolutely fine. Yeah, you can justify not buying it. You know, that's your fine. But I also got these from Second Sight today as well. So
I really want to see both of those films because I know When a Stranger Calls is what inspired Scream.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah.
You thought, well, it at least inspired the opening sequence to Scream.
Yeah. God, I love Scream.
Oh, mate, that movie's it's probably like, if I didn't love Halloween as much as I do, it'd probably be my favorite slasher film of all time.
Yeah.
But it just comes under Halloween. That Censor I really want to see because I like the actual narrative, the premise. Sounds really cool.
Yeah, I know nothing about it. I haven't seen anything from it.
What did you pay for that special edition? Too much?
I think it was in the realm of about 35-40.
That's not too bad.
But this is secondhand. It's not in the best condition.
Oh, that's a shame.
There is some wear on the spine, but I'm happy. I'm happy with it because I know this goes for silly money now.
Yeah.
I did also pick up the Dawn of the Dead, the bigger box set one.
Oh, okay.
And I managed to get for a decent price the Drive one as well. So they're in the post.
I really want that Drive one bad.
Yeah.
Like, really want that.
I'm getting into a bit of a kick with them because I do think the sets that the Second Sight release are really nice.
Yeah, they're good. I just don't have many of them, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I have like Flight of the Navigator and Dawn of the Dead, with in like the nice box sets.
Yeah.
What else do I have? I have Dog Soldiers as well. Dog Soldiers. I couldn't believe what they did with that in terms of the 4K. It was incredible.
Yeah.
How they got that to look as good as it did is a miracle work.
Yeah, because I'm not a big fan of Dog Soldiers. I'd only seen it on DVD before getting that Second Sight set, and just the 4K alone enhanced my enjoyment with the film. I just thought it was great. Yeah.
Lou in the chat says, I find it weird that some films use the modern day main character's name as the title. Example, instead of calling it Karate Kid, the film would have been called Daniel LaRusso. It's just odd to me. Kind of like John Rambo. Well, the film Rambo, but in America it's called John Rambo.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think with films like John Wick, for example, I think it's justified to be called John Wick because it's about him.
Yes. Yeah.
And he's like the biggest badass going, pretty much.
Yeah.
It's funny because I was watching the first one and I totally forgot that the suits he wears are actually bulletproof to some degree.
Yes.
So you get shot and stuff. He's going to feel it. It's going to hurt. It's not going to completely protect him, but it's going to protect him more than just what a regular suit would do.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm trying to think of like main character's name as the film.
Carrie.
Oh yeah, Carrie.
Forrest Gump.
Forrest Gump, yeah. John Wick. Jason X, technically, sort of.
Yeah.
Freddy versus Jason.
Yeah.
Every Godzilla movie ever made. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. This stream is not working out for me. No, look at my mouse. I got these two buttons on the side. And if I accidentally press one, it kicks me out the whole bloody stream. Motherfuckers. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. This has like been terrible. I haven't done anything for like a month, and now it's just like the worst stream of all time. Jason Britt. Like, you know, tomorrow's in the sun, it'd be like the worst stream of all time. It'd just be me, like, you know, of course the Sun would report it because they report shit anyway. So of course they're gonna fucking report crap like that. No one cares. Like, who's this Jason guy? What are they talking about? Utter shit. You know, anything to get your £9.50 holidays. You know what I mean? Where was we? Fuck. For God's sake. Oh my God. It's right down the bottom. Where were we? Right, we want to lose comment. Where the fuck's... Oh, there we go. I found it. Again, guys, I'm so sorry about this. It's just been fucking terrible. 10 people watching though, so that's a good thing. People talking to each other. Yeah, what was I saying about? Oh yeah, every Godzilla film ever made.
Yeah,
because it's called Godzilla versus someone else. I'm still trying to think of like people's first names or their name. But yeah, Rambo's one. Yeah. I'm surprised we haven't even got a movie called... You know, Terminator Salvation should have just been called John Connor. Because he says it like that many times in the fucking movie. It's John Connor. It's John Connor. I'm John Connor. Like, we know, Christian Bale. We know who you are. For fuck's sake. No, because it's not like a general name, is it? I know Godzilla isn't, but you know what I mean.
Dracula.
Oh yeah.
There's probably some really obvious ones, isn't there?
Isn't there a film with Keanu Reeves called John Mnemonic, whatever it's called?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Johnny Mnemonic.
How'd you pronounce it? I don't know how to pronounce it.
I think the M silent, maybe Johnny Mnemonic or something like that.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I've not seen that film, but I've always seen like it about and stuff like.
It's not bad. It's very much like the Lawnmower Man. Like the CGI in it doesn't hold up at all.
Oh,
But I didn't think the movie was bad.
Does Mad Max count as a film with the main character's name? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not his full name, but still, Mad Max.
Benny Loves You.
Oh yeah, Benny. Benny Loves You. Probably one of the greatest indie movies ever made, in my opinion. Fucking love that movie. That movie is so good. Don't you press the wrong buttons, Jason. All right, sorry, mate. Lou says The Burbs is great. It's funny as peanut in a soup. We have Sean Sheridan in the chat. Welcome to the stream, Sean. Have I missed you joining earlier? Maybe. I keep pressing the fucking wrong buttons. I need to change my mouse. This mouse is winding me up.
I've got to stay one day.
Sean says The Burbs is a perfect example of how noisy people are and jump to assumptions. It's brilliant. It's just like Nosy Neighbours, the movie. It's so good. But it's funny because they're it's all like them being nosies at the end is all justified at the end. So it's great.
Yeah.
But whenever somebody says The Burbs, obviously I think of the sardine scene first. But I always think of fucking.
Is that The Burbs?
No, I always think like, oh no, pizza dude. I always think of that.
No, you know they say it smells like they're cooking a cat or something. Is that The Burbs?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are they cooking a cat in there?
Or the wallpaper scene.
James says, no VHS to DVD and DVD to VHS. It's a VHS and DVD combo unit. My previous machine was the same, but the DVD part died a decade ago. The VCR still works, so I kept it as a spare. My new machine is the same as one my nan has, which I was using for VHS to DVD copies previously, so I know how it works. And I wanted a machine that actually worked. The thing is, VCRs are probably the most finicky pieces of equipment out there, and crap machines can eat tapes. We've all had man machines destroy our tapes, right? I know I have.
Yep. You
put it out, it's like, it's been disemboweled. Yeah. I think from an engineering standpoint, I think VCRs are just a marvel of early engineering, like 70s technological engineering. It's just really cool. If you've seen a VCR, how it works with the top off and how it feeds the tape through, it's mesmerizing. I can watch it all day.
Yeah,
it's so cool.
It is. It's like looking at a production line, like a mini production line.
It's really cool. I just think the engineering is really, really cool.
Yeah.
Lou says, true, I learned how to fix VCR machines because of it. James says, £90 and I spent a tenner on the remote for it. It's not too bad given the original price was like £200 back in the day. Plus working machines hold their value. It's a Panasonic DMR EZ48V. I bought a VCR a couple of years ago because I bought literally every Godzilla film on VHS, and I thought I want to watch these because it'd be hilariously just fun. I picked mine up from a charity shop for a tenner, and it was a Sony model. I forget the model. Apparently, it's quite a sought after model, which I've looked it up since, but I've forgotten what it's called. But it plays both PAL and NTSC tapes.
Okay.
So I can watch any VHS from around the world. So I was quite fortunate to get that. I haven't got anything hooked up at the moment because I've got a new TV and I don't have a means to hook it up.
Yeah.
But I love VHS. Just takes me back to when I was a kid and getting the new dark and bleak volume of Animals of Father Wood on video. I got volume 8,
Yeah.
yay! Then you watch it, you're like, it's so horrible and bleak. I'm so sad. I need something to to make me feel better.
Either me or my brother filled up the
Can you hear Soph?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
when you filled up whatever the slot is called with toy soldiers. It was either me or my brother who's done it. And there's a little like green plastic soldiers. We just shoved a load of those in there. Probably
Oh,
me
that's
because I'm a
so
terror.
bad.
Oh.
Why would you do that?
Probably.
Man, that's brutal. James says the Devils, the BBFC cut it back in 1971. The BBFC cut it back in 1971, but they would pass it uncut these days. But Warner refuses because it would anger the religious right. Oh my god, man! Why are you bowing down to groups of people? Who gives a fuck what they say? I'm you know me, Andy. I'm of a person of like, why do you give a fuck?
Yeah.
Like, just like let people enjoy things for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Like it winds me up.
And make their own minds up.
You got to ban this because this because of this. You got to ban this because of that. It's like stop moaning, let people enjoy shit, and fucking go back to your fucking house where you don't do nothing fun because clearly you don't. Ugh. Like there's this fucking news article about a woman in a supermarket complaining that a bit of steak is called a Big Daddy steak. And it's like, oh, it's sexist because it's called Big Daddy. How dare it? It should be banned. And this woman just proceeded to reactivate a 10-year-old Twitter account so she could moan about it.
No, it wasn't Twitter.
Facebook, whatever,
Wow.
same thing. Like people, like seriously, go and touch grass. Just go out. There's outside. It may be even amazing to you guys, but there's an outside off the internet. It's called the real world. You can go out and touch grass. You can see the sunlight, give you nice vitamin D. Just go outside and touch grass. Fucking hell. It's a bit of steak, for fuck's sake. Anyway, the Devils. Yeah, the Devils. It's a movie, for fuck's sake. Just get over yourself. Yeah. Jesus Christ. Warner Brothers. Just put it out uncut. Just do that to those guys. No one gives a fuck. Fucking hell, man. All these companies have no spine. They have no backbone. They're just like, okay, we'll do what you say.
Yeah, they're just pan. Yeah.
Anyway, I've had my little rant. Okay, so James says the BFI DVD is the most complete version, but the Rape of Christ scene is still gone. Now, with it being gone, because you've seen the film, Andy, I don't know how long ago you saw it, so I don't know how your memory's going to hold up. But does it kind of derail the movie? Is that scene necessary for the film to make sense?
Yeah, it's been so long since I've seen it. Yeah, I couldn't answer that.
Oh, maybe James can
maybe
later on down in the comments. But he carries on. He says, "I actually reconstructed the director's cut of The Devils and I put it on a burnt disc."
Oh, nice.
Cool. Lou says, "All right, I have to go, gentlemen. Good night. Have a good night, Lou. Stay safe and all that."
Cheers, Lou. Take care.
Leon says, "I'm doing good, guys. I need to return to making videos, but I've been having a ton of fun doing written reviews for a site lately." Oh yeah, congratulations on getting that job writing on that site, by the way. That's awesome. Really cool. That's really cool. I used to write for a website at one point, but I just didn't have the patience.
Yeah.
I wasn't being paid to do it. It was like a little startup website, and they were like, you can improve your writing abilities and we all can help each other out, and it's all to do with like getting your writing out there. But they were trying to be like that, but also they were like super nitpicky about it. And I was just like, oh God's sake. Like one editor would approve my writing and the other editor would double check it and go, actually, no, this is all wrong. I'm like, no, I can't bother. I'm out, guys. I'm out. I can't bother with all this back and forth bullshit. It's like being at work. I only wanted to write reviews about video games and they made it feel like I was at work. I'm not being paid. I'm not going to be like proper hardcore about it. Fucking hell. We have Richard Burnett in the chat. He says, "Hey guys, a late one." Yes, it is a late one. I started late. Plus, we've had a lot of issues in this stream today. Mostly on my end because I'm a twat. Absolute fucking dickheads, mate. But yeah, it's been good though. Leon says, "The Texas Chainsaw Massacre release is great. I reviewed a Blu-ray screener. Just posted my review today, but my actual 4K limited edition is arriving tomorrow." Awesome.
Oh, nice.
Leon says, "Sensor is great." Leon also says that releases pack 2. He has a great 2-part documentary about video nasties that's well worth a watch called "Ban the Sages Videos." I think that's on an Anchor Bay box set. I got 2 Anchor Bay box sets called what are they fucking called? I think they're called like Banned Videos or something.
It was like Box of Band or something like
That's
that.
it, yeah, Box of Band. I think both of those Ban the Sages video documentaries are on there. Or in those box sets. Not watched them, but doing that. I've also got the 2 video nasty documentaries by Severin put out. Do you know what I'm talking
about? They ring a bell, but I can't quite place them.
Definitely worth watching, checking out.
Yeah.
I've got them on DVD. I'm really confused. I'm really confused by that comment. Is it a John Wick reference? Who knows?
It's lost on me.
I'm not even going to pronounce this person's name or YouTube username. They say, "Hey fellas, hello, welcome to the stream." Richard says, "If you need a VCR HD VCR is what you want. What you want is what you want. HDMI out, £300 on eBay." Yeah, I'm not that bothered really to hooking up my VCR. I barely use it anyway. At the time, I wanted to use it because I got all the Godzilla films on VHS, but now they're just part of my Godzilla collection. I'm kind of happy to have them rather than watch them. We have Harry in the chat. Welcome to the stream. Soph has informed me she's never seen Pulp Fiction. Change this right away.
Tell him to go away, the slag.
Soph said, "Go away, you slag." I'm not that rude, so I'd be like, would you plan to watch Pulp Fiction at some point? But I want to get the 4K before we do, because that film needs to be seen.
Pete hasn't seen it either, so.
Yeah, it's my favorite Tarantino movie.
I need to rewatch them all because I've not seen them all, and Reservoir Dogs has always been my favorite. So,
I think Kill Bill.
Oh man, I fucking love Kill Bill. So good.
Yeah.
We got Big P 33 in the chat. That's Al. If people don't know Al, he's great. He's got loads of awesome pickups from charity shops. He's the king of charity shops, guys. King of charity shops. Welcome to the stream, Al. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Thank you for sending me those DVDs last week. I do appreciate it. So Al sent me a copy of Session 9 on DVD because I've not seen it before. And a Wes Craven film I never even heard of called Them, which I'm looking for. No, Them or They. Might be called They. Yeah, They.
Okay.
Which sounds pretty cool. So yeah, and he sent me a couple of slipcovers for the Halloween trilogy Blu-rays. So I've got Halloween 2018 Blu-ray with the slip. I need to go and buy the Blu-ray for Halloween Kills. And I just bought Halloween Ends on Blu-ray recently.
It was my copy of Halloween 2018.
Yeah, it was. And the point is what?
Well, we've merged our collections together now, so.
People talking to each other. Sean says Pulp Fiction is overrated.
That's fair enough. Yeah.
I'm trying to think, do I hear people always talk about it? I guess I do hear people bring it up all the time. When Tarantino is mentioned, it's always people say, "Oh, Pulp Fiction."
I think it does get a lot of high praise, that film.
Yeah.
But I think I just really like it because I find it so rewatchable.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Harry says the 4K is very nice. Yeah, I really want to get it, but I want to get it with a slip because I'm a snob like that.
Yeah, the slip looks incredible.
Yeah. But by the time it gets to a price that I want to pay for it, I bet the slips won't have a slip on it.
Mm.
I can guarantee it. It's always the way. I don't know what castle you're living in. It's ain't a castle. You slag. Very welcome. Movie Mad in the chat. Welcome to the stream. They say it is a he, isn't it? I'm being brutal. I don't know. I'm guessing it is. Hi folks, rainy day on holiday watching Black Hawk Down. Is it a crime that I've never seen Black Hawk Down?
No.
Okay.
It's a good film. Yeah. Really good film. But
Actually, no, I don't think I've seen it either.
Is it Ridley Scott?
yes, yeah.
Yeah, I thought so. Al says, don't know about Charity King. I mean, the stuff you find, Al, is unbelievable. I wish we had this kind of luck you do down here. But in London, where I'm from, they want to charge you stupid money for stuff in charity shops. Yeah, we need to go to Scotland now and raid all your charity shops and get all the good shit before you. James says, same here, Andy. I find Pulp Fiction dead rewatchable. That and Reservoir Dogs. I fucking love Reservoir Dogs. That film, for me, if we're going to talk about films with perfect pacing, Reservoir Dogs has some of the... It's just perfection in the way it's told.
Tim Roth.
So good. I love that film. There's that scene where the guy's moaning about his ear being cut off, and he's there with his big. I'm fucking dying, man. I'm fucking dying.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so good. Oh, what's the fucking guy's name? Mr. Pink.
They're all named after colours, aren't they?
He's like,
Yeah,
I don't want to be Mr. Pink. What's the fucking actor's name?
Steve Buscemi.
That's it, him.
Yeah.
Like people, like I remember you generally thought he got away at the end, but you hear him get shot outside.
Yeah.
In the background,
Yeah.
you just see him. Yeah, you hear him say, "Put the bag down, put the gun down," and you just hear all gunshots.
Yeah.
I fucking love that film. I love that film so much. I want that 4K, but I don't want to. I want the Steelbook 4K with the awesome slipcover with the ear.
Yeah, it's all
It's just not out of price. I want a bloody. It's just at a price I don't want to pay right now. Oh fuck me! This mouse is fucking dreadful. Al says, although I'm about to settle and watch HMV Kroll that I found in a free for a quid. You jammy git! I paid full price for that.
Can I see if I can find out the other mouse?
No, it's fine. Kroll is great. Kroll is like Star Wars, Masters of the Universe, and like some weird alien thing like all put together. It's weird.
Yeah, I agree.
But it's great. I kind of love it as well.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah,
a lot of fun, Kroll.
I remember it used to scare the shit out of me as a kid.
Yeah,
It's the death screams of the troopers. They're like, it's fucking horrible.
It has one of the best movie weapons ever.
Yeah,
like that bladed frisbee.
It's like a glaive thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, the other bit in that film that scared the crap out of me. The old wizard guy, but it's not him. It's someone else. He's like going to kill that. I don't know who he goes to kill, but it's terrifying. That film is got some creepy bits in it.
Oh yeah.
You're right. Are you sure?
Slowly dying.
Don't say that.
Okay.
Sean says, Pulp Fiction was a 5-star movie. I just don't love it. Interesting.
I do get that.
James says, "Yeah, Reservoir Dogs is dead well paced. It's only 90 minutes, so it doesn't overstay its welcome."
Oh, I loved it.
And like, what I like you say, like you said, it's only 90 minutes. What I love about that film is Tarantino just crams so much character development in 90 minutes. Like, they give a backstory on on pretty much all the characters, and they keep jumping backwards and forwards in time, and it's just like he does so much of so little. It's so good,
Oh yeah, completely agree.
so bloody good.
Tim Roth's my favourite. Can't remember his character.
James also says, I thought Reservoir Dogs was one of the only films Steve Buscemi survives at the end. Well, he survives at the end of Con Air. Actually, his subplot was the best thing in that film. I love Con Air. I love that film. I've not seen it in years, though. That needs a 4K. That needs a 4K for sure.
Yeah, I love Con Air. It's just one of those so entertaining movies.
Mm. I just love films that are like set on some kind of like transportation. Like, I love action films on trains, on on the plane. Like, you got Con Air, you got Air Force One. I love that as well. There's some just great films that are like set on a vehicle of some kind. It's just great. James also says, and I guess he survives at the end of Monsters Inc., but he sure got a splitting headache. Who's he voicing Monsters Inc.?
Oh God, Randall, the villain.
Oh, okay.
I can't remember what's in that film for years.
True action star of the Dells. Hey chaps, was just searching YouTube and saw a live, and the lovely Andy is here. Even to you both. Well, welcome to the stream.
Hey Dales.
Hope you're doing well. We have the guy with the best name on YouTube, Dr. Impossible of Counterpunch 1984. Welcome to the stream, my friend. Not forgetting the taking of Pelham 123 from 1974. Tarantino was heavily influenced by the character names in the movie and made up his names in Reservoir Dogs. Evening. I didn't know that. I've not seen that movie. The taking of Pelham. Is it Pelham?
Yeah, it's a fantastic film. I love it.
Set on a train, right?
Yeah, it's pretty much these three. They take a train hostage. It's it's a fantastic film.
I need to see it. Just set on a train. I love that. Movies set on trains. I've just got a thing for it. I don't know what it is. You know, Under Siege 2, Bullet Train, Horror Express.
Yeah.
Train to Busan. Oh man, Train to Busan. What a movie.
Yeah.
Holy shit. It fucking broke me at the end though. I was a fucking sobbing child at the end.
Yeah, this century's Dawn of the Dead, that film for me.
It's definitely probably the best zombie film in the last 10 years.
Oh yeah.
Easy. Al says, any of you guys seen or heard of a BBC show called In the Flesh from a few years ago? Ordered it yesterday from CX. Looking forward to a rewatch. Oh, I thought you was putting your hand up. Oh,
I do want to watch.
No, he was asking questions. Any of you seen it? You were like, me.
No, I have watched one episode, but I wasn't really into zombies and then got really.
Oh, is it a zombie show from BBC?
Yeah, he's basically like a zombie, but not, if that makes sense. It's kind of hard to explain.
Okay. Yeah, I've not seen it.
It's on BBC iPlayer if you want to watch it.
I've not seen it. But if you've seen it, Al, or if you haven't seen it, I mean, I hope you enjoy it. Richard says, do you guys have Atmos? Atmos, it's worth the money. Sounds sometimes better than picture for me. Don't say anything about Hawk the Slayer. I'm really confused. Atmos is in like the sound technology.
I don't know.
Dolby, guys, in Dolby Atmos. Is that what he means? I'm a bit confused. I'm a bit lost with his question. I'm sorry, dude. True Action Star says, me and the wife watched The Nightingale this evening. What a pleasant little film. Drove the wife to down a whole bottle of wine. She's flat out on the sofa. I've heard that film is pretty horrific. To be fair,
Is it?
I've
Yeah,
not
it
seen
is. Yeah.
Yeah, Andy sent it. Yeah, we've got it on the second site. Yeah, if it ruins us completely, we can just blame you, Andy. It's fine.
Yeah, sorry, guys.
Sean says, "What's your pick for your most underrated movie?" Mine is Man of Steel. The better than anything else in the DC or MCU. Sean, my friend, we have just become best friends. Man of Steel is the best movie in the DCEU. It's so good. I love that movie. My pick, most underrated movie, because I've got a few, but I think when I think of underrated, it's got to be In Time. I love that.
Oh, Justin Timberlake.
Yeah, I love that movie. Like, it may not be the perfect movie, it may have issues, but like I feel like I just think the concept alone sold me, and then I think the film just did everything I wanted to do. What it does, I just think it does really well. I thought it was great. I loved it, and no one seemed to talk about it, and no one seemed to care about it. And I just think it's such an underrated sci-fi film, sci-fi action. Really good.
Yeah.
I can't remember. I've not seen it in like a few years. Yeah, man. In Time. Fucking hell, so underrated. Needs more love.
Yeah. I'd have to go with one that gets overshadowed by The Matrix, but I think it's a better movie than The Matrix. So I'd have to say Equilibrium.
Okay, that's a good pick. That's a pick. I've not seen it in years, but yeah. I think I like the world I like the world it builds.
Yeah.
And how it explains why things are the way they are. I think that's more interesting because it's more of a kind of almost like authoritarian kind of path. Like life could go in that direction. Like it's feasible in some regard if powers get to take and do whatever they want. If people in power have they go mad with power and they can do whatever they like, things could go in that really dark and bleak direction.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So I find that more interesting than machines have taken over our world and we're just like batteries to them. I find Equilibrium's story a bit more interesting. I've got a bit more meat on the bone.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's a good way of putting it.
Yeah. Where are we? Oh, I think I've missed. Okay, scrolling down. His True Action Stars mentioned another film on a train that I've not seen. Anyone check out Tony Scott's final film, Unstoppable? Rather decent thriller with Denzel Washington in. Shame about Scott, a true action star himself. It's a train movie, isn't it? I'm sure it is.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. Yeah, it's entertaining.
I've not seen
it.
Yeah. James says, Under Siege 2, Bullet Train, Horror Express, Train to Busan, Thomas and the Magic Railroad. Look, don't diss Thomas and the Magic Railroad, man. Fucking Thomas the Tank Engine was my childhood. Probably why I like trains so much. You know, you got fucking Under Siege, like a whole hostage situation, like got three hostages. I'm Steven Seagal. I'll kick your ass. No, okay, I'll shut up. Soph's face. She's like, it's just your face, mate. You can't fucking help it, dickheads.
Every time I think of Thomas the Tank Engine, I just think of Bullet Train.
Oh yeah, because I keep forgetting Bullet Train has Thomas the Tank Engine fucking jokes in it. Yeah. Jesus Christ. Oh god. Anyway, Dr. Impossible says, can't beat the production design in Krull by the late Stephen Grimes. The swamp set shot at the 007 soundstage is tastefully mounted. Plus, James Horner produced a decent score to Krull. Yeah, I remember watching that when I was really young as well. I'm on this crusade to get as many of the films my dad loved in my collection.
Yes, yeah.
as almost kind of like to honor him, like almost kind of like a in memory to him. And Kroll was one of those. He loved that film,
Yeah, it's
and
fun.
I loved that film. So yeah, I grew up with it and stuff, and yeah, it's great. What am I doing? Where are we going? James says, I still use TV sound. I don't have a proper sound system. Now, I've found, see, I just use my TV for the sound, and some people might find that crazy. But I've gone through, I have used different kind of like, sound bars and stuff. And I find the mix, the way some of these sound bars mix sound, I don't have enough room for a complete surround sound setup or anything like that. I find when you have music and dialogue in a scene, the music drowns the dialogue out, and you're trying to turn it up, but you can't turn it up loud enough for it to actually hear the dialogue.
What was it we were watching and the music was really loud and then the dialogue was quite quiet?
I can't remember.
It wasn't the Wraith, was it?
It might have been actually, like yeah, but maybe it's the movie's problem with the sound mixing. But anyway, because I bought this, bear in mind I haven't spent loads of money on sound systems before, but I bought this Bluetooth soundbar. It was like 50 quid, and I found that even though it adds a bit more dynamics to the sound, it wasn't as loud as my TV. So I couldn't get it to the volume that I wanted. So I just stopped using it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. Yeah. So I still use my TV speakers. True Action Sauce says, I've been subscribed to the channel for a while, lads, so we'll check out some of your videos. Appreciate that, man. Thanks a lot. Where are we going? James says, to me, the most underrated film is The Next Karate Kid. Julie is far more compelling and a lot less irritating than Daniel. Miyagi and her have great chemistry. I don't think I've seen any of the Karate Kid sequels.
I've only seen the first three. Yeah, from what I remember.
I'm trying to think of other underrated movies now. I'm going mad. In Time would be a big pick. I'm going to throw out Critters because, of course, I will. Everyone needs to see Critters.
37 years old today.
Yeah, Critters, the film, came out the 11th of April, 1986. It's 37 years old. Man, I love that film.
I've seen it so many
If
times.
people can't tell that I've followed my channel, but I fucking adore that movie. You know, that film is perfect for any kind of mood I'm in. If I'm in a good mood, Critters. If I'm in a bad mood, Critters. If I'm sad, Critters. If I'm hungry, Critters. It just works. It works in all the moods. It's great.
I've got an addiction to Critters.
And I've got my own cry. Steve is over there. Little Steve. It's great. So yeah, underrated movie, Critters. I'm going to stop talking about Critters now. Anyway, moving on. Talking about Dolby stuff. I don't really understand about Dolby Atmos really that much. James says, I need to watch Karate Kid 2 again and fuck Karate Kid 3. Okay then. Maybe I should not watch that one. Perhaps. Al says, just a quick stop in, lads. We'll watch one catch up. Have a good one. Catch up in Messenger Jason. Good night, gents. Have a good night, Al. I'll speak to you soon. Bye-bye. Probably. Most likely. It's 11:45. I wanna wrap up by 12. So if I don't get to any of your comments by 12 o'clock, I do apologise, guys.
He doesn't apologise.
True Action Star says, have you guys ever seen Dead Man's Shoes? One of the best, very tough watch. I have it on Blu-ray. No, I have it on DVD actually. Sorry, I just haven't got around to watching it yet. Have you seen that, Andy?
Yeah, I think it's a fantastic film. I think it's
He
Shane
says
Meadows.
He says very tough watch. In what regard?
It's a revenge film, but it's the motives for the revenge.
Okay.
That are very hard hitting. Yeah.
Justified? Not that murder's justified, but justified.
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah, it's you don't really know for the majority of the film why he's doing what he's doing, but by the end of the film, you find out what it was all for.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I might need to watch it at some point. I've heard the DVD version is actually better than the Blu-ray version, apparently, from what I've heard.
Oh, okay,
That's
yeah,
why.
because
That's
the
why.
DVD's not bad. I've got it
Yeah.
on DVD. It's not a bad looking film, but yeah, it's a really good film. Paddy Considine and Toby Kebbell. Yeah.
Cool. James says, in the next Karate Kid, Juliet is in anger management, and yet Daniel is clearly the one with anger issues. No wonder people see him as the villain. Wow.
Well put.
James says, Thomas the Tank Engine was my childhood as well. Thing is, like I say, Thomas the Tank Engine, classic with the old models, not this CGI shit that you have now.
And you're not allowed to call him Fat Controller anymore.
Yeah, well, the bullshit. It's always been Fat Controller.
I don't know what he's called.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, I forget what he's called. What do they call him now?
He just called the controller.
I just saw this coming from James. It's brilliant. Because I made the joke about Under Siege 2. Under Siege 2, but it's Thomas the Tank Engine. And Steven Seagal voiced by Ringo Starr. That's the comment of the night. That is. Brilliant. If you don't know, back in the 80s, when Thomas the Tank Engine was in its early model stages, Ringo Starr was the narrator for Thomas the Tank Engine.
Oh, he's called Sir Tottenham Hat.
What a shit name. Anyway.
That's his real name, so that's what you have to call him then.
Where am I going? True action star says Steven Seagal, a true action star of the pit, arrogant cunt. His early films are solid enough, but the guy has an ego bigger than Trump's hairdresser, Bill. Fuck it now. Bigger than Trump's hairline, you mean? Jesus Christ. Yeah, I don't hate Steven Seagal's early films. I think Nico Above the Law is really good. Hard to Kill was one of my favourites. Under Siege 2 are just great. What am I missing? Out for Justice is pretty good. Exit Wounds was all right. I think once you get to the 2000s, these films are just dog shit.
Yeah,
pretty much.
I quite like Executive Decision, even though he's not really the main star.
Yeah, he's barely in it.
Yeah.
Apparently, like if you look at the behind the scenes of that, I forget what actor was talking about him, but one of the actors in the film, I think it might be John. Is John Leguizamo in that?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's talking some fucking shit about Steven Seagal and like, yeah.
Mm.
I've been trying to figure out how the best way to say John's second name, and it's Leg Wig Zano, but I'm going to call him Leg Wig Lasagna from now on. John Leg Wig Lasagna. Leg Wig and Lasagna. You got a leg I can borrow? Thanks. You got a wig I can use? Cheers. Can you make me a lasagna, please? Thanks.
Yeah.
Leg Wig Lasagna. Because I'm never going to say it in one go. His name's well hard to say in one go. I've got to go, John.
Yeah.
I've got to say it slow. John Leg Wig Lasagna. See, I can't even do it slow. Bollocks. Fuck this. I'm out. Let's go. Carry on. Oh, but saying that, he's a very underrated actor. John Leguizamo.
Yeah.
He's in loads of movies, but
he's in loads. Yeah.
Yeah, he's in fucking shitloads.
Yeah.
And like, I don't think he gets the acclaim I think he deserves.
Yeah.
But
I will always know him. I will always know him as Luigi from Super Mario Brothers.
I don't think I find him synonymous as Luigi. Like, I know him as Luigi.
I don't think what I'm mainly known for.
I forget what his character was in Romeo and Juliet.
Yes.
Oh God, yeah. Was it?
I always remember him walking out of the petrol station. He's like talking loads of like old English about his sword, but it's really a gun, and he's like,
I think it's I think he plays Juliet's cousin. Is it? Oh God, what's his
That
name?
film was really weird.
I need to rewatch that movie.
Well,
It's
is
a
it?
good film, but
It's like modern
but-
days, but it's like old English. They're like,
English,
yeah,
yeah.
ye old English. Yeah.
Oh, it's on Disney Plus, isn't it?
I'm trying to think what film it's funny enough because I was still kind of a teenager. I think the film I know him the most. I know when I see his face, the film I think of is Land of the Dead.
Yeah.
I know that sounds weird because it's quite late in his
Yeah.
career.
Because he was in 2 films last year as well that I really enjoyed.
The
Why
Menu.
not?
He's in The Menu and Silent Night.
I've not seen this Silent Night.
No, it's Violent Night.
Oh, Violent Night. Sorry. Yeah.
Oh, Violent Night. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've not.
Yeah.
We still
I
haven't
haven't
seen that.
watched The Menu. I think we like that.
No, I like the Menu, but I feel like it goes and it doesn't really. It deflates rather than it should amplify on what it's doing, but I don't feel it does that. It hits a middle point when it concerns its shock value and just kind of stays there. It doesn't escalate for the way I feel like it should.
Yeah.
What am I doing? Richard said, all the very best, guys. Keep going. Much love and support. Well, thanks, Richard. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Al says, Session 9 is criminally overlooked and underrated. Yeah, I'm looking forward to checking that out.
I'm a bit scared.
True Action Star says, me and the wife are excited for Evil Dead Rise. That's the next one we want to see at cinemas. Yeah, man, I fucking cannot wait for that film. I've seen the trailer way too much though. That's the only downside because every film we've gone to the cinema for, it's shown that trailer. So I don't know if it's going to dilute my experience at all. It might do, because I remember seeing Evil Dead 2013, but I only saw one trailer, and then I went and saw the film, and the film still one of my favorite horror films of all time, the remake of Evil Dead. So I'm hoping this is good. It seems to be holding the same kind of tone as the remake, which I'm happy about because I am all for it. So I'm looking forward to it.
We get to see it on my birthday.
I wasn't about the whole apartment building thing, but I'm actually a bit more. I'm kind of like the concept is warmed to me a little bit, where it's more about this kind of tight knit family dynamic and having one deadite and one having the evil force take over their parent and having to deal with it. I feel like being such a closed in environment like that probably might amplify the terror.
Yeah.
Because like, what would you do in that situation? Your mum's a deadite. You could go and try and find people to help you in the block of flats, but by doing that, you're spreading the evil force to other people. So it might not be the best action of the course of action to do. So yeah, I find it's intrigued me. I'm intrigued, but let's face it, I'm all just for like the crazy gore that's going to happen.
Yeah.
You're going to get. That's all I'm in it for. Is just the crazy, insane, just violent shit. Like I don't know how they're going to up the ante from the 2013 remake because that film is still one of the most bloodiest movies I've ever seen. Over the top. I mean, it's that, and there's Tokyo Gore Police, which is fucking ridiculous. You've seen that movie?
Yeah.
I don't think you can get more Japanese than Tokyo Gore Police. It's Japanese in all the weirdest ways. It's fucking insane. I still need to get that on Blu-ray. You can get it on Blu-ray quite easily. Harry says, Dead Man's Shoes is absolutely amazing. So many scenes that will stick with you, especially the ending. Awesome.
You spoke to my dad about that film, I'm pretty sure.
Don't remember.
We were sitting in the garden, I think.
True Action Star says, on that note, I'm going to help the other half to bed and go myself. Night chaps, everyone. Have a good evening. Thanks for joining the stream. Dr. Impossible says, underrated film for me, Firstborn with Terry Garr and RoboCop. RoboCop's Peter Weller. Weller plays a controlling boyfriend with ulterior motives against Garr's son who suspects him. Good film from 1980s. Firstborn. I might have to make a note of that.
I want to check that out.
Yeah.
Shall I put that on the list?
I love Peter Weller as well, so I'm all for that.
Same. Peter Weller sold.
The name rings a bell.
There's a really underrated Pete Weather sci-fi film called Screamers. Sorry,
Screamers. Okay.
What's the film called?
Firstborn.
I love him in Buckaroo Banzai, Across the Eighth Dimension.
Oh man, I need to see that. That
Yeah.
sounds ridiculous to me.
Yeah, it's a nuts movie. Love it.
What am I doing? I forgot. See, when I think of Firstborn, that makes me think of like films about children.
Yes.
And there's a film
Same.
that I think is underrated. I think it's is it French? I can't remember. Actually, it might be American. I can't remember. There's a film called Grace. Really good film, underrated, about a mum. She gives birth to her child. Her child is all the baby's doing is screaming and screaming for stuff. She goes, "Oh, maybe you want to be burped. Maybe you want to be put to sleep. No. Oh, you want your food. You want the milk. No." It throws the milk back. Then she accidentally cuts her finger and realizes the baby wants blood.
That film.
Uh-huh.
American film.
Yeah, Grace. Yeah, she realizes her baby wants blood, and it's basically about the mum just descended into this insanity, trying to find a way to give her child blood.
Okay.
It's really good. It's really underrated. I recommend that one, Grace. Just because this film's called Firstborn, it made me think of that for some reason. James says, yes, the old Thomas the Tank Engine, only the eyes move. I still admire the production even to this day. Yeah, it's really...
Yeah.
I because I'm into Godzilla, so I love miniature work anyway, but
Tugs.
yeah, they're Tugs as well. If you guys seen Tugs, it's pretty much the boat equivalent of Thomas the Tank Engine. Tugs was very short-lived.
Only one for like.
Yeah, I do remember it. Yeah.
I think there's only like 13 episodes or something. There's not many episodes for Tugs. James says, Sir Topham Hatt, what a name, was always his true name. The Fat Controller was always his nickname. Was always a nickname. I believe the US versions called him that name.
I've always called him that.
Yeah, it's always been the Fat Controller. I swear in UK TV when I was a kid, he was called the Fat Controller.
Oh yeah, that's what I've always known him as.
Get well confused.
Yeah, I was just commenting. I'm well confused. Couldn't the Reverend Audrey come up with a better name like Master Ben David? I'm really confused by this comment.
I was thinking it was a reference to Captain Pugwash.
Yeah.
Because they had some weird names in Captain Pugwash.
I don't know what that is. What is that?
You never heard of Captain Pugwash?
Not at all. No.
Fucking hell.
It's like a kid show about pirates, I think.
Yeah, but they had really like dodgy names.
Yeah, really dodgy names, yeah.
Let me show you.
I think one of them was called Roger the Cabin Boy.
Yeah.
One was called Master Bates. Yeah. Really dodgy names, yeah.
Oh, wow. Harry says Empire gave Evil Dead's Rise 4 stars. 4 stars out of 5, I'm assuming. So good. I'm
Good
guessing. Right. This is probably going to be the last few comments.
Yeah.
James says, I've heard of Tugs. It was done by the same production team. Yeah, I still know him as the Fat Controller. Okay. James says, Reverend Audrey wrote the original Thomas the Tank Engine books in the 40s before the TV series. Interesting. Cool.
Yeah, these are the
Steven
names. Yeah.
Staines, Master Bates.
Yeah.
Roger the fucking hell.
I'm quite actually. You're quite old, so maybe you don't remember that.
If if you think about Thomas the Tank Engine for a second before we go, so I forget what train. I think it was Edward. Edward gets stuck in the tunnel, right? And instead of helping him to get out of the tunnel, they just brick it up.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Like if you look into like the some episodes you're like, this island they're on are fucking just horrible people. Like it's like horrible. Like, oh, we're not gonna like help them out of the tunnel. We're just gonna like brick up the tunnel so it's just stuck in there forever. Messed up.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. It was
Yeah.
Henry who gets stuck in the tunnel. Yeah, the green one, right? He's green because Edward's red, I believe, if I remember correctly.
What colour's Percy?
Percy was green as well. Yeah, because Henry was green, Percy was green, Edward was red, Thomas was blue, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I'm watching Thomas Duncan.
For fuck's sake.
Thomas and Toby were blue. Then, yeah, Henry was green. Then Gordon was blue.
Oh yeah, Gordon. Yeah.
I want to say James was next. I think he was red.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember
Then
Rick.
Percy.
They're the bigger locomotives, aren't they?
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
Percy was number 6. Then Toby was like the one that looked different. And then you had Duck.
But James knows all the ins and outs when it concerns Thomas Tank Engine. Look, they tried to get Henry's arse out of the tunnel, but he had ego problems. What else did he say?
Yeah,
Toby was brown.
He was a tramp.
He was tram. Okay, yeah. James was red. Okay, Edward was blue. I always thought Edward was red. Maybe I got my things confused. Anyway, James, thanks for joining the stream and having this chat about Thomas and Tank Engine. Really do appreciate it.
Yeah.
Everyone who is still here, because there's only 2 people left, thanks for joining us. And I thought I'd come back and do a stream. It's been ages. Andy, thanks for jumping on such short notice.
Yeah, no problem,
Sorry
Jason.
for all the
Thanks for having
fucking
me on.
technical bullshit. And,
We got there in the
absolute
end, hopefully.
got there in the end. It's been good.
Yeah.
12 o'clock seems like a good time to end it because I need to get a drink and maybe watch a film or something. So, yeah, everyone have a good evening. Don't let the week kick your ass so badly. And we'll see you soon, hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
Take
not
care,
in another
guys.
4 weeks. See you later, everybody.